Hi, I'm Tim and I'm an osteopath, and what we're going to do is have a very simple look at the spine. So here's a model of the spine here, and we're just going to show you the three basic areas. So we start at the top, that's the base of the skull, and this would be the back of the skull here, and that's referred to as the occiput. And then we have the cervical spine, and that has 7 vertebrae, and they are numbered 1 to 7, so C1, C2, C3 down to C7. Then we have the thoracic spine here, which is also called or known as the dorsal spine, and this is labelled T1 or D1 down to T12 or D12. We then move down to the base of the spine, which is the lumbar spine, and that's labelled L1 to the base 1, which is L5. Below the lumbar spine, we have the sacrum, and on each side of the sacrum we have the ilia, which form the sacroiliac joints. Now we're going to talk about the lumbar spine, and as I said, that's 5 vertebrae, L1, L2, L3, L4, L5, and that sits on top of the sacrum. So the lumbar spine is certainly the vertebrae, the largest vertebrae, and predominantly the strongest area of the spine, and it's where the weight of the body and the weight driven up from the legs are united in the pelvis and lumbar spine here. So it has to be very, very strong and robust, but it also has a massive degree of flexibility, so we're able to forward bend if we're lucky enough a long way, and to a degree backward bend, and then we have rotation, a limited amount of rotation, and side bending, which is this action. When we talk about the lumbar spine as an osteopath, this is where I see a lot of problems, and they can be from the disc, they can be from where the nerve has some entrapment, and they can be more typically from these little joints here, which are called the facet joints. As we said, it's a very strong area, but it's also load bearing. So this is where we talk about predominantly lots of disc problems. So you can see another video, but we're talking about prolapsed disc, herniated or slipped discs. And this is why you should take great care and use great technique when lifting or using your back in that way under load, because these are going to take the biggest strain coming up from a full bending position. It's a very strong area, as we said earlier. There's an enormous amount of ligaments that are helping to support it, and then we have the core muscles, which you've probably all heard about, and these again act to both stabilise and help with the finer movements of the spine at vertebral level. In terms of the natural shape of the lumbar spine, it has a slight gentle curve, the concavity being to the back. This is the front view, so a slight lordosis as it's referred. Again, this term lordosis refers to that type of curve. An increased lordosis can come about, and that was where we have an increased curve here, or we have a reduced lordosis where the lower part of the back is actually quite flat. We'll talk about those in another video. There are causes and medical conditions that can cause these, but can often just be related to a sedentary lifestyle, poor posture and too much sitting. But as I say, that's another video. So I hope you enjoyed watching the video and found the content useful, and if you did, why not share it?